let's talk about food offered to idols, specifically drinks like sodas. Now, first, let's talk about the most popular drink that everybody knows, Coca-Cola. Now, many people believe that the name Coca-Cola was derived from cocaine that they used to put in their drink originally. However, there's another name, Coca, that refers to a demon or a boogeyman, a demonic spirit that would kidnap children in the area of Spain and the surrounding area. That myth spread to multiple different regions, calling it Coca, Coqui, Coco. These are all names derived from this one particular demon. The name is further emphasized in Diet Coke. Originally, its name was derived from the coconut because it was a giant, hairy being that would kidnap children. Sounds a little bit like a Nephilim, don't it? Like Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Yeti, Chewbacca. Yes, Chewbacca is paying homage to a Nephilim. They're called the Wild Men. And yes, Cookie Monster. He's not named Cookie Monster because he likes cookies. He's named Cookie Monster because he's named after a hairy demon that kidnaps children. Isn't that creepy that they put that in Sesame Street? There was other depictions of the Coca demon, which was depicted as scaly and dragon-like, where it became synonymous with the term dragon. This is Coca-Cola. And I know you might be thinking, Brian, that's a little bit of a stretch. Coca-Cola is really referred to Coca the demon. Well, let's look at some of the other names of the popular soda, shall we? Sprite, which is Old French for spirit, which is actually referring to the water spirits, the fairies, and the mythical creatures, which were all demons. Yeah, that one's pretty straightforward. Another more popular one, Sunkissed. Wait. Why don't you look at that logo a little bit closer? Because it don't say Sunkissed. It says Sin-Kissed. And of course, everybody's already seen the Monster Energy drink exposing the 666, which is the Vav in Hebrew, which makes sense why their slogan is Unleash the Beast, like the Beast of Revelation 666. It's pretty clear. Why do you think they put a cross in the middle of their O? But did you also notice that Red Bull gives you wings? Why does it give you wings? Like the fallen angels? Isn't that interesting that it's two bulls pointing to worship the sun god? Little suspicious. How about Pepsi? Since they updated their logo, looking almost like a snake eye, would be fitting if they were alluding to Apep, the Sun Eater. It makes you wonder if the forked tongue, devil tail looking curvy lines were actually mimicking the body of the Apep serpent. More interestingly is the connection that Pepsi happened to have to a company called Sinomix, like mixing in sin, or Sinomax, sin to the max. You can't even make this stuff up, guys. And supposedly this company was hijacking humans' taste desires by using aborted fetal cells. This was such a theory that Pepsi Company itself had to make a public declaration that they do not support using human fetal cell tissue in their drinks, and separated from even working with the company Sinomax because of the public backlash. Or how about Fanta, which actually means phantom or fantasize, which alludes to the idea of seeing a invisible thing, or you obsess about something to the point where it makes you crazy. By the way, Fanta was created for Nazis because they couldn't get Coca-Cola products to the Nazis. Germany created Fanta, which is derived from phantom. It means to make crazy. That's why all the commercials that you see of Fanta are all Fanta, and everybody's all acting all crazy and screaming and dancing around. Another interesting component of Fanta is that in Thailand and other places around the world where they still give shrines to the spirits, you will see them set Fanta drinks out by the shrine because supposedly the little demons love to drink Fanta. Makes sense that they're phantoms. And how about Sierra Mist? Well, Mist is actually a foreshortened term for mystic. The Sierra Mystics. There's a lot of strange occultic witchcraft practices that happened in the Sierras, including the Donner Party where they ate people, as well as a lot of other witchy things. But if you don't know, Sierra Mist actually had to change its name because there was a girl who acquired the username Sierra Mist online. The Sierra Mist company messaged her to surrender her name. She in turn checked to see if the copyright was filed and they could force her to surrender the name, and the copyright had lapsed. So she actually filed the copyright herself and then sent them a cease and desist letter to stop them from being able to sell Sierra Mist. And Sierra Mist had to legally change the name. They also tried to buy the name rights back from her, and she refused and decided to keep the name Sierra Mist. So good job, Sierra Mist girl. Pretty awesome. But more interestingly, Sierra Mist changed their name to Starry. And for those who don't know, starry is obviously star, which represents the fallen angels, the fallen stars, hence the reason why the pentagram star is a satanic sigil. In biblical times, people believed that the stars were angels, so in a lot of old writings, the word star will be the same as the word for angel. Hence why it's called Starbucks. Money for the demons, for the fallen angels. Worship to them. And if it's not clear enough, there's a mermaid on the logo, which in the book of Enoch, if you read, was what the Lord turned the women that slept with the fallen angels into sirens. That is why there's a mermaid, or a two-tailed mermaid, tails spread open, on the Starbucks logo. It's making a reference to the women that slept with the fallen angels. And a buck could also mean money, but it could also mean a he-goat. God will separate the sheep from the goats. And he-goat could also not only mean a goat, but it could also mean something like a satyr or a centaur, which is the children, offspring, that the union of the angels, the stars, made when they started perverting and mixing with animals. There's many drinks you'll find with stars on them, like San Pellegrino. Interestingly, it's called San Pellegrino, but they don't write it out. They put S.P.E.L.L. Spellegrino. They're telling you it's a spell. And they even put the star on there. Again, making homage to the fallen angels, the stars, the watchers, the demons that are involved in controlling the world around you. There's many other drinks that are play on words like ginger ale. Like, why is it called ginger ale? Because gin is the Aramaic word for demon. It's ginger. Ginger, this is where the concept of gingers don't have souls. That's because gingers were the red-haired giants, the descendants of the Nephilim that had red hair, were the original gingers, and it's ginger. It's telling you that they are a descendant of jinn. That is where this concept comes from. And Dr. Pepper is so interesting because pepper is actually an old term for inflicting pain and suffering onto somebody, which is what a lot of these sugary drinks do to you. They are designed to poison you. In fact, there was a recent statistic on food stamp money, and 20% of the money from food stamps was spent on purchasing sodas. That should tell you something right there. And especially diet sodas that are also designed to poison you even worse with forever chemicals that never leave your body. If you haven't noticed, very overweight people tend to drink diet sodas. So obviously the diet isn't working. It's more like diet, meaning like just a little bit of death. Diet sodas. Now, is it a sin to drink these drinks? No, it's not a sin. In fact, the Bible even says that you can eat food offered to idols and it doesn't matter. But is it unhealthy and unwise? Absolutely. Also, there is a promise in the Bible that Christians can drink deadly poisons and it will not hurt them. But if you foolishly neglect the fact that it is poison and you're expecting the Lord to save you, that's like Jesus jumping off the high place and expecting the angels to catch him. That's testing the Lord. And the Bible clearly says, do not test the Lord. So you clearly should not be drinking these poisons if you have an opportunity or an alternate source to drink. And if drinking these sodas actually goes against your own conviction and you don't feel that you can drink it in faith and be fine, then definitely don't do it. But reality is, if this is the only option and you can drink soda, you can drink deadly poisons and will not hurt you. Just make sure that you're doing things in faith and you don't really care about the fact that it's paying homage to demons. This is food offered to idols, by the way, guys. They literally name them after their idols or gods. Now the question is, why do they do this? They do it because they're paying homage to demons. They're telling you their allegiance, which is just yet another reason why you maybe don't want to support them. A lot of higher up rich people work with these demons. They pay homage to them. They give these demons credence and praise, and the demons bless their company because they named the company after them, or because they gave homage to them or made sacrifices to them. Why do you think Albertsons is owned by Cerebus, the three-headed dog from hell? They make it very apparent with the company Liquid Death, and they joke like it's actually not happening.
This very warehouse sits the entire inventory of Liquid Death mountain water. Each can is about to be infused with real demons by a real witch.
A lot of what I practice can be considered traditional witchcraft.
What you're about to witness is very real.
That really happens because they are trying to curse you. Now the Bible says, like a fluttering sparrow or a darting sparrow, a curse without a cause cannot come to rest on its intended victim. So if you do not have any reason for this curse to land on you, and you're walking in righteousness, it really doesn't bother you. It shouldn't even affect you. It doesn't even matter. So don't be afraid. Don't freak out. Drink soda if you want. But remember, everything in your world revolves around God and the Bible. whether you believe in it or not.